Welcome back to Brazil, episode 8. I'm just down here at the sale area getting some more barrels. We did burn through all the ones we had, and no, a pallet has not spawned yet of gasoline, unfortunately. We gotta be close though, because you go to the production, gasoline, we got over 2,608 liters. You think I would have spawned at 2,000, but maybe there's more on a pallet. It should pop out somewhere. So we'll just keep feeding it. Again, the oil pump is dry, so we got to get these down there. It might be nice to get like an auto load at some point, and if we can, if there even one exists for these barrels. I mean, they're kind of a unique item. I don't know if there even is an auto load for something like this. We also got to get a pallet of wood beams because our garage has been halted until we get that taken care of, and we know that's not cheap, so that's gonna break the bank a little bit. But we'll run down there, grab that, we'll throw that on the back. And then what we probably do is move on to March. March is going to be exciting because it is the time to start harvesting the grapes. It's that time. And then we got to buy the equipment yet, though. That's the problem. So we're going to have to take out more of a loan, unfortunately. But like I said, if we keep those apples going, we're going to make really good money out of that. I think it's like already saying 78,000 in the what we got, but that'll deliver in August. But we're just gonna take advantage of that. Yeah, wood beams. There we go. One of those, 10 grand again. Oh, actually more like 11 grand, I guess. I'm hoping that there ain't too much left to do on the garage. It should go faster than the house. I know there were some comments saying next time we do this, have a wood production. And I don't want to really go too much in that direction. Once the garage is done, we are going to be done with it. It would take money to obviously buy the wood production too. Again, if we wouldn't have came in with as much money as we did, it's definitely not the way to do things, that's for sure. I wish it was a little bit cheaper though than putting the house down outright, because it's pretty comparable, if not more, which it shouldn't be because you're providing the materials. That's something Giants should revisit, in my opinion. Okay, let's head back down to the farm, plantation. Should we call it a plantation instead of a farm? And then we will see what we got going. Double check those red beets and see when those are going to harvest. I don't know if we'll do it. I think it's going to be a lot of work if we do. But like they are there, it'd be nice to take advantage of them. There we go, in. Yeah, they're growing. That's still got a little ways to go yet, 2 out of 5, so it's something we could definitely think about doing later. We got, like I said, we wouldn't get to that in this episode anyway. I think it would be pretty painful to do the single row picker-upper. And the wood beams, in you go. Okay. So they are on it. $250. So we got 2 walls, well 3 walls, an inner wall and 2 outside. We'll do a garage. I think there's an upstairs to it too. I'm guessing we're gonna have a lot more wood to give to it yet. This apple juice is looking amazing. It's gonna make us, oh, this is actually gonna be a really good production, I think. We're gonna get a lot of money for like a few pallets, which is what you want. You don't want to keep going back and forth. Still some more water in the orchard. We'll let that keep continuing. Yeah, like I said, the pumpkins are going to sell in March. We'll have to get those stacked up. Right now they're going to go to the restaurant. We'll see if that is going to be the best price or not. We did do all 3. Let's go ahead and take a nap and we'll advance to March. Okay, we have arrived at March. Looks like they finished up the walls, kind of more of a point. You know, I don't see any wood yet. I suppose we can make... I wish the steps would do it with actually, like, what they use. I said that before we were doing the house. So we need some roof shingles is required. 2,000 roof shingles. I think we might head down there and take care of that. We have not received any gas yet. It feels like we should have. So I'm starting to wonder what's going on with that. We should... I'll hop over there. And it looks like we got some delicious grapes ready to go as well. Nothing too crazy. A few rows. It will keep us busy. I'm looking on here, and I don't see a selling point for the gas. And I'm thinking... The more I'm sitting and thinking about it, it's probably in our tank over here. I bet you that's a gas tank. I wonder if that's on the modder oversight or what. I don't see any gas sale points for the small stall. But if we go over to the average purchase under the crude, we can see the gas can right there. There's a couple different gas can types, and that's definitely what we're looking for. And I think that's what we got to use. We have to use a truck for that. And trailer. Bearing grease. Gasoline. I wish we could sell it to somewhere in town, but I don't think there's any selling point for that on this map. I knew that there was an ethanol gas station. Then there was this spot over here. I think this is for ethanol. Ethanol point sale. So yeah, that won't work. So we're going to have to... I think I might get rid of that small sale and put this here then. You really have to pay attention when you're doing this mod. Because I assume that was like, it would take everything there and it doesn't. So we got to take a little more money out because we're shy. We need 40 grand. But that's how you learn, right? Hopefully we can repay back some of this loan soon. Because it is not being nice to us. Yeah, let's kind of just go like that. I'll just tab or slightly smooth it out here. We can do some more decorating for it later. So now, does it say we have a sale point? It does. Okay, so we figured that out. Thank goodness. So we can get 26 grand for that in July. I'm going to go ahead and shut these productions down just for a moment because we're going to obviously have to get more barrels. And what we're also going to have to do to get that gas over to the sale point is we're going to have to use one of these tanks. I'm paying attention to the icons this time around. We could get that tank. That's 29,000 for that. And it holds less, so it only makes sense to use the bigger one. $25,000 for that? That's a lot of money. We could look at getting that. But like I said, we got to get to the grapes as well. We got to get that stuff bought so we can get moving on that. Roof shingles, 2,000. We'll have to pick some of those shingles up when we deliver our pumpkins. Hopefully they all spawn out. We only got one pumpkin sitting out in there right now, but can always move it to the side, I suppose. Alright, looks like that's all that spawned. I did have to flatten the land out here because well, this grabber didn't like grab him at the angle, unfortunately. So we had to do what we had to do here. I kind of blended in and I went and took advantage and started putting down some extra little, like I said, different unique patches here on the ground to make it look a little more different and lively and interesting. I mean, I kind of like that. I have to do a lot more, and again, we still got to figure out what we're going to do over here eventually. So we got 4 pallets, and these were worth how much? It says that they're going to be worth 14 grand. That's not bad for 4 pallets. They're going to go to the restaurant. Let's tag that. And is that in town? Yes, it's right in town. Restaurante. We can go right down. We'll go down the other, the back road. So I'll just drive through here and bring that down. Now remember, we need 2,000 liters of shingles. We're gonna go grab those, bring them back, and then it's March. We gotta get going on the grape harvest. We'll have to take more of a loan out, and we'll get the items purchased outright because there's no point in renting. I mean, we could, but let's just buy it, whatever it takes. And it should hook up to this truck, so really we only need... Well, we need a harvester, we're going to need a wagon that can take grapes. So we got to research those 2 items. Yeah, it's right in town here. It's a nice little town area. The bus stop where we arrived at, nice and close to home. Alright, so I assume we got to go in the back. Oh, and they're waiting for them to cross. There we go, so another alleyway. Do we have to back in here as well? Yes, we do. It's way too crammed to do otherwise. So we'll flip on our 4 ways. And then we'll back this in. It's nice to see our produce going right to the supermarket. So people can purchase it. Grown locally. Okay, here we go. Bam and bam. Love it. Let's go down and get our shingles. I think there was only one type of shingle, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I don't see any at the warehouse, unfortunately. So I think we're gonna have to go up to that other area, which we just drove past on the way down here. I thought for sure there would have been one there. Yeah, the building materials. Let's go into the front because that's where we buy it. Come on, have some shingles. We need shingles. Okay, I don't see any in here either. So that's good and bad news. I don't know why they wouldn't have any. Yeah, this place ain't gonna have any. That was a 22 item. It should be in the regular warehouse. So, yeah, we're gonna have to cheat on that. Which it happens. Let's take a look at the grape stuff. So we can stop at the store on the way back. So grape harvester. And then, well, these are the self-propelled ones, but that's way too much. Let's get we'll still have to get a pruner too eventually. Right here. Still, that's a lot of money. I didn't think it was that much money. I think we might rent it then if it's that much. I didn't realize it was that much money. We'll buy it later though. So we'll lease. We need a trailer that can hold the grapes. We're gonna have to go with the Furman. We'll go with the small one. That's all we really need. I mean, we just got to get it to our production. Hold 6,000. And we can use our other vehicle to pull it instead of the truck, because the truck's going to be doing the harvesting. We could do the harvesting on the other. Maybe we should do that. We'll see what pulls it better. BKT. Let's do the Continental, and then we'll have a license plate too. Why not? Not enough money. We got to get another 8 grand. purchased here, or taken out. There we go. Yeah, we'll just buy that outright. We'll have to get the picker at a different time. Okay, let's run back. I might put the grape harvester on the back of this trailer. We can bring that back on the wagon. I think it might fit. We'll try. It almost makes no difference because we're gonna have to come back again anyway. Might be better to put the trailer on there. We'll give it a shot. It feels like something you'd have to do in real life is put the picker on the back. But if it might be too wide. We could maybe, like I said, do the trailer. Yeah, this will work with this or our other vehicle. It beats, I mean, we're only renting this, but it does beat the buying the $300,000 piece of equipment. Yeah, it's not gonna fit, it's too wide. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, it don't. We'll leave the utility trailer here. We'll just drive back because we got to get going on the grapes. I have to remember that the trailer's over there. Traffic is a little crazy right now. Okay, I think we'll leave this on the end here somewhere. That should be good. And then we'll take this down and we'll grab the harvester. Oh yeah, before we do that, let's get some shingles going. We need 2,000 of those. Again, I don't condone cheating like this, but what other choice do we have when they don't leave you an option? Roof shingles, there's roof plates, roof shingles. Roof shingles, let's do, yeah, 2 of these, right? Yeah, 1,000 each. We'll do one more. It is what it is. We have no choice. Alright, looks like they're gonna get on. And then let's head on down and grab our harvester. We should probably take the, we don't really need this fork. It's just in the way right now. There we go. We can see a little bit better. Okay, we got her hooked up. Again, I think this should be able to handle this fairly well. It's probably better if we do use this for the harvesting, because that truck tends to, when you slow down, it takes a while to get going again, where this has a nice acceleration. It gets going up right away. And it really won't take us that long to do. I mean, we don't have like a lot of rows. It's a fair amount of work. They're long rows. But that's good because we need the juice. We need all that we can get. Let's see, let's unfold this once and see which way this is gonna go. Oh, so we gotta just move it over by ourselves. There we go. It's one of the manual movement things. It's like, that's not gonna work if we have to go drive straight down the row. There's no way. There's no way that's gonna happen. Hoping this lines up fairly well. Let's fire it up. There we go. And we are off. And in it goes. Let's take a look at this. This is a mod on the mod hub. Try to keep her straight so we don't get jammed up. I almost feel like this really should be base game because those harvesters are just way too expensive. And we gotta try to keep ourselves somewhat straight here. Now I'm getting hung up again. This could be a chore. Once we get straight here. We're too far to the right or the left, I think, aren't we? Or is it the right? Let's change the wheel configuration on this rigid. Is it a rigid track? Yeah, the rigid track. We want this to do like either front wheel or back. Probably front wheel. There we go. That way it won't turn so sharp, especially when we're trying to go down the rows. That should be a lot better. That was too far to the right there too. If we could just stay right in the center and not have to worry, I think we should be fairly good shape. Might be a little tricky. You know what we could probably do is turn on steering assist. Can we do that? No, I can't change the offset for some reason. I don't know why. But if we could, then I could move it over, but we can't, so... Because if I use that and then turn it on... It's gonna want to go in the middle of that line. We can't do that. So, we'll go without. And then we're gonna just have to, do a little time lapse, sit back and enjoy. I think we're going to call it there for the picking. We'll have to resume the rest on the next episode. We're about halfway through. It's a little more challenging than I thought. The thing is like these, you don't get a complete row and you got these little bits on the end, so you gotta like back up into it and then do the little bit. It's kind of a pain. I can see where the all-in-one, or the, yeah, I guess all-in-one harvester would be a lot better for something like that. For those that wanted to know what our expected yield was, we're at 83. We had a yield potential of 89. That's just because it looks like the pH is bad. We weeded it and all that, or we mulched it, and then I guess we have to see if we're going to plow it or not next time. Well, now it's a lot more over here, 116. What changed? The pH. pH makes a difference. We might have to decide if we're going to spread that or not. We're almost going to have to like invest in a bigger trailer too, because this is just not quite cutting it. Like if we got a bigger trailer and an all-in-one harvester, that would solve our issues on that. Let's run this last load back down to the production, and then we'll turn it on. Before we turn it on, I do want to check the bench and make sure that there's no grapes there. Looks like the shed's, or the garage is coming along. I should say grape juice on the bench. Okay, this trigger was a little tricky. Kind of got to get it like backed right in. Kind of goofy. See if this will work. Yes. Excellent. It worked. Let's take a look inside. Yeah, see there's no grapes on, except for this little basket here. Let's see what happens if we turn that production on. Grape juice. Start. And we got 15,000. We got plenty of room for it. Okay, I don't see, unless it's going to take a little bit. It is producing, though. Yeah, so there is no bottles on there. I thought there would have been. I guess not. They're both still doing apple juice. I'll have to see where that's going to pop out. Yeah, so we're off to a good start, and it looks like a lot of apple juice. That's going to be our cash crop for sure. Look at that, over 113. That should get us out of debt pretty well. Or close to it. And we got that gasoline too, but we might as well wait for a top price on that. August for... yeah, we're in March. It'll be a little bit yet. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the way things are going. Like I said, it's going to take some time to do things. We're probably going to have to decide to get some more barrels so we can get some more gasoline going there. Here's a close-up of the garage. How things look here. Looks like they got like a back framing in. They got the top parts. That gets done. We can do some more landscaping around here. It looks like, yeah, no, we're still good on roof shingles. So we have to wait and see what's going to come up next. Alright, we're going to leave it there for today's episode, and then, like I said, we come back on the next one, we'll continue with the grapes, and then, like, we'll probably have to get some more barrels as well for our oil production. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.